There's a wasp flying around. Good morning, Facebook. As promised, we're here. Well, afternoon,
Good afternoon,
right?
everyone. Yeah.
As promised, we're here live from the Don right now. Steve Melandro, Joe Jotty from First Equity Financial. We're going to be answering all of your questions about the current rate situation. So we're just going to take a couple minutes, let some people fill in. And if you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and start, typing them right in, and we'll get them answered as soon as possible. So, you want to get started?
Yeah. Sure.
This is always what happens.
Yeah, we're in an environment now where rates have risen over the last month or so, and that's what's kind of got everybody. You see it all over the news. Everybody talking about it. And the long and the short of it is that 30-year rates and 15-year fixed rates have risen since about the start of November, almost 3/4 of a point. What does that mean to our buyers?
Hold on one second. Anyone out there that's watching right now, can you tell us if you can hear us? I just want to make sure that the audio is good. Anybody? Lee? We got a heart.
It's for you.
Is that a thumbs up?
That's good.
Anybody? Can you tell us that you can hear us, please? Just want to make sure.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
All right. Good. Thank you, Lee. All right.
Thanks.
So,
Good.
yeah, you said
So
3.5.
I don't have to shout.
Yeah.
We're good?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yes, the rates have gone up quite a bit in the last month and a half. What it means to the borrowers or to the buyers, people purchasing a home, average home where we are, Central Florida, hovering around 200,000, mortgage that size, somewhere about 180, 190, you're looking at an extra $75 to $100 per month on your payment. That's in the last month and a half.
Okay.
In the last week, they've fluctuated about a quarter point. So that now you're talking about $15, $20, $25 a month extra in your payment. That's really what it translates to. The reason it's all over the news is because we have been so spoiled by these interest rates we've had almost for the last 5 or 6 years in the threes. I mean, we were locking 15-year interest rates in the twos for a long period of time. So where they have come up now, somewhere in the low fours, if you have not so great credit, you're in the mid fours, it's still historically a pretty low mortgage rate, particularly for fixed rate mortgages.
Right. So if I'm a buyer, I mean, is now the time? Should we wait? We had an incident just a couple days ago where we had a buyer that didn't want to necessarily float and wait and kind of see where the rates were going to go, so he chose to lock immediately. I mean, what are some of your opinions?
My opinion, while not trying to predict the short-term rates, because it's very, rates change twice a day, but a week like last week, I was telling everybody you should probably float, because when you lock, in a week like last week, you've locked in your losses. Okay, so if you've got a month or so to close, you've got a few more weeks to figure out where the market's going to go. And again, you're not seeing in a week a huge fluctuation, an eighth of a point, a quarter of a point. It's nice to shave that off your mortgage if you can. You'll wait.
Right.
That's what I was telling most people. But some people don't want to, they don't want to play the market, which is understandable.
And you mentioned earlier now about buying points.
Yep.
You were explaining that to me earlier.
Yeah, points is 1 point is 1% of your loan amount. Okay, so round numbers, $250,000 loan amount, 1 point, $2,500. You can get your rate into the threes now if you pay a couple points. Depending on your credit grade, let's just say 2 points. That's $5,000. That may only save you $50 a month. So if you divide $50 a month into $5,000 that you have to pay up front, right? It's going to take you 100 months to get that back. What is it? That's 8 years. Right. 8 years to make that back. Now, and we were talking about it over breakfast.
Right.
First-time home buyers, millennials. Odds are they're not going to have the mortgage more than 4 or 5 years anyways. They're probably either going to refinance or sell. Okay, so the example I just gave, it's going to take you 8 years to make that money back. What's the point? You've lost money if you do that. So typically we try to discourage people from doing that. Now, flip side of the situation, we were talking about someone who's got a lot of equity in their house, okay? Who's got very good credit, maybe who's in their 50s or 60s. They're not going anywhere. They're not going to sell. Now is a pretty good time still to refi. That might be the person that pays a few points up front to buy that rate down, because they're going to realize the gains over the life of the loan. They're going to keep that loan, 15, 20 years. Very few people keep the same loan 30 years. I don't think I know anybody that's ever kept a loan 30 years. I've been in the business 16 years. So it's people refi, people sell for all different kinds of reasons.
What do you think the points are going to do over the next 6 months?
The mortgage rates?
The rates.
It's, again, I'm not one to predict where rates are going to be long term. I think that we're still in a pretty low rate environment. The reason that rates have come up is because of the exuberance in the financial markets over the election of Donald Trump, okay? To make things simple, a good day in the stock market is a bad day for rates, okay? And since Trump has been elected, it's been good in the stock market. People are fleeing safety, which is the bond market, which drives rates down, and they're buying stocks. That's not good for mortgage rates. He's not even the president yet. He's just the president-elect, so it's only been 2 months. Part of me thinks that a lot of this might be irrational exuberance. Is he going to save all these jobs? Is he going to do all this for the economy?
Right.
Will rates pull back a little, and will people start selling stocks and going back into the bond market? And if they do that, rates will come right back down.
Interesting. That's good to know.
Any questions for me? I see Dave Tingle's joined. I think Dave is actually deployed right now. So
Where's he coming from then?
I believe, I don't know. Dave, are you stateside or are you overseas right now?
He gives a thumbs up. That was him.
That was my lip.
He did leave.
He did leave.
Oh, someone's here. It's not giving us updates if we join.
No, it's not.
Interesting.
I don't know if people are asking questions right now or not. I guess the only other thing that we can talk about is the pre-approval process once again. I know every time we have you on, we talk about that, but I think it's a big topic for especially new home buyers. What's some of the process, what's some of the paperwork that they should have to start that process?
The first thing is it needs to be done early, right? So you don't go shopping for anything without cash or your credit card. You don't go shopping for a home, you don't drive around neighborhoods and start looking at open houses until you know what you can qualify for, how much you can buy, and equally as important, how much you can afford in a monthly payment, right? So you want to do that up front. What the pre-approval is, you call First Equity Financial, we can approve you same day. We look at your credit, we look at your income, we look at your assets, and we verify your employment. And then we tell one of the realtors of the Everett Vance Realty team how much this buyer qualifies for, what their monthly payment's going to be, what their cash to close is going to be. Do that up front. It's a little bit of paperwork, a little bit of legwork on both of our parts, us and the buyer, but that way you're not in for any surprises down the road. And you're looking at the right price range of homes, right? We're in a market now. If you put an offer on a house without a pre-approval, you get a call back. Sometimes you don't even get a call back when they have so many offers anyways. They're looking for buyers that have not only pre-approval, that have their assets verified.
Exactly.
You're competing against cash buyers.
You're just not going to be taken seriously.
So you don't, I know that both of you don't get in a car with a buyer until that buyer has been pre-approved. And I think that's good for the buyer as well.
Because you don't want to become like a dream crusher. You show these people these homes and they're like, oh my God, I love this. And then you come to find out that, maybe they don't qualify.
They can't even put an offer in.
Yeah, so it's just, it's...
And I will not submit an offer without having the pre-approval because it's
a waste to everybody.
So they're rejected.
It is. You're not even in the game at that point if you're not submitting the pre-approval along with the offer.
Right. So, and one of the things it makes me think about the multiple offer situation, because we're still in a pretty hot market here in Central Florida, where you have, as a buyer, you're competing oftentimes against multiple offers. A lot of realtors, listing agents have the misconception that if someone is getting a VA loan, which we do quite a few of, or an FHA loan, that it's going to take a whole lot longer. You've seen that we can get loans like that closed in 30 days or less, as long as the client's organized, has their income and assets ready to go.
We did.
But I think the perception is that there's a whole bunch more hoops to jump through, and there really isn't. There really isn't. So it's under great circumstances, we can still close a loan in less than 30 days. Worst case scenario, 45 days, whether it be VA, FHA, or conventional or jumbo.
And I think you touched on a key point. As a buyer, being organized with you, getting you things in a timely manner speeds up the process.
100%.
Sure. All right, well, is there any other questions out there? If you have questions, you can always ask them here live. You can call me, 727-686-7413. Aaron Quinn just joined, good friend. I feel like we should tell a joke. No, I'm just kidding. Guys, if you have any questions, you know, look us up. Joe, his contact information.
It's 407-740-7778 or 866-999-0003. Look us up at fefloans.com.
That's it. Great. Well, Joe, we want to thank you for coming in.
Pleasure being with you two stars of the big and small screen.
Thanks for breakfast.
All right.
Go Bucks.
Go Pats.
Aaron Quinn, make me
No.
laugh.
Make me laugh. What happened last night?
She was upset. You know, she said that our videos weren't funny.
She did.
Apparently, they weren't funny.
Did she
enough
say
for her.
that?
She did. She made a comment.
And why is she in here watching it?
Well, why would you not be watching us?
I proved my point.
That's it.
Thanks for joining, Aaron. Enjoy your Sunday. Is that a wrap?
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Take care, guys.